Hey everyone, this is Rish and welcome back to my channel. So I don't normally do videos for the patch notes, but here we are. Let's see what we've got coming over the next 2 weeks and with Season 17 Battle Pass. Harness your inner darkness with your Season 17 Battle Pass. So I'm just going to go over these patch notes top line. If you want to see them in full detail, head to the Blizzard website. I'm literally just going to touch on the bits that I am interested in, that I think are more important. So let's get started. So I'm just going to scroll straight down and see when the changes take place. So the maintenance will start on August 22nd for Oceania, China, East Asia, Southeast Asia and Europe servers. And then on August 23rd for servers in America. So for pretty much everyone, this has taken place already. So let's move on to see what's coming. So general combat ultimate skills that provide a shield have had their duration increased from 3 to 5 seconds. So if your ultimate gives you a shield, that will give you a little bit more of a benefit now because it is 2 seconds longer than it previously was. So great for people using that. Damage over time effects will no longer interrupt bandaging. Now this is the one that's kind of pissed me off, and let me tell you why. So the developers notes, we want players to be able to disengage from combat and easily bandage to prevent death. Damage over time effects have been overly oppressive because of Seeping Bowl and other long duration damage over time effects, preventing players from healing despite players successfully exiting combat. So if you use Seeping Bowl, you basically might as well just throw it in the trash because it is not really going to do much in Battleground now unless you have a player that is under loss of control, that is incapacitated. Basically, your Seeping Bowl is not going to do much damage anymore because the minute they can get away from you, far enough away from any opponents, they can use that bandage and the Seeping Bowl will no longer have an effect on them. So I'm interested to see how this plays out in Battleground because I think it will just piss a lot of people off. It's great if you have those effects on you because now when you bandage, you're not going to still have that effect happening. But I don't know, I can kind of see it from both points of view. And I myself use Seeping Bowl and I'm kind of annoyed now that it's not really going to benefit me in Battleground because I spent a lot of time upgrading it, but there we go. So the new Battleground season will begin on August 28th at 3 AM server time and will last 10 weeks. To kick Season 2 off with a bang, we've adjusted stat compression and matchmaking to provide you with a more optimised playing experience. Now, optimised playing experience always makes me think yikes because it normally means something bad is coming, but we'll take a look at that in a second. Also, just touching on it, I think 10 weeks is far too long for Battleground season. I think Battleground should reset with Battle Pass and keep it much shorter because a lot of people kind of disengage once they've reached their legendary status, which is exactly what I myself have done as well. Moving on to the matchmaking. So the matchmaking for Battleground will now consider a player's resonance when searching for a match to add them to, leading to a better balanced teams. In instances where there are fewer players queuing for Battleground match, you may still be paired against players with higher resonance than your own. This ensures players can reliably find a Battleground match within a reasonable amount of time. I personally would rather wait for a Battleground match and be matched up fairly than be matched up against Wales because this already happens. I have 2,500 resonance and in most of my matches I come up against players that are 5,000 or 6,000 resonance. So I don't really see what the change is here. It doesn't look like it's going to be any better. If anything, it's going to be worse because we're going to find more matches with Wales. So that really sucks. This is not really a positive update so far. And also this really sucks too. So the scoring. So when calculating the points a player receives from completing a Battleground match, both that player's individual score and the average score of their team will now be considered. So if you have worked your butt off really hard and you've gained MVP, the guy that has got 0 kills, 50 deaths, whatever, they will gain from your loss. So they will gain some of your points and you will lose some of your points to give to them. So that really sucks. Not impressed with that at all. I think that will put more people off of Battleground again. I generally skip seasons. I kind of do one season, get my reforged stones, skip the next season unless it's for my daily. And that's how I do Battleground. So the next thing is stat compression. So we're updating stat compression tuning to reflect the current pace of progression players have achieved. The result is that the player stats will be compressed less than they were in previous seasons. We will continue to actively adjust this system in future content updates as players increase their Paragon level and gear potency. Then, yeah, so there's not really much else to say about that. It's just that they're not compressing it as much. So, yeah. Moving on, let's look at the secondary equipment update that is coming. So secondary equipment can now be upgraded to a maximum rank of 20, which was previously 15. The max challenge rift in Infernal difficulties will also be increased to 400 for Season 2. So that will come with the new Battleground season and Battle Pass update, and they will increase the challenge rift cap every season, but will not be increasing the maximum rank for secondary equipment. So basically, if you log in today, you should be able to upgrade some of your secondary equipment with the stones that we have already collected in previous challenge rifts that we have done. Also, Inferno difficulty 1 is being reduced, which is great for people that don't grind, but sucks for the people that worked their butts off. Once again, not the best update. Now let's take a quick look at gear. So there are some new legendary items coming. So for Wizard, we have Airbane's Visage. Electrocutes critical hit, immobilizes enemies for 2 seconds, cannot occur on the same target more often than every 3 seconds. We have Fanciful Finesse, which Ray of Frost now dissipates into a cloud of frost. And against the first enemy it hits, dealing damage and chilling nearby enemies. We have Frostbound, which Frostfield now also shatters enemy armor, increasing the damage they take by 10% for 5 seconds. Hoarfrost Spolders, Ray of Frost critical hit chance increased by 35% against frozen enemies, so that is a good one. Lost Seconds, main hand, so slow time cooldown decreased by 15%. And we have Manipulator's Mask, which is a helm. Slow time now releases a temporal ring that expands out from your location, incapacitating enemies struck by the ring for a few seconds until they take damage. So I probably won't use any of these essences myself. They're not the sort of thing that I use in any of my build. I never use the slow time skill. I don't think I have ever used it in the whole time I've been playing. But if it is a skill that you use, then it will obviously give this new benefit, which is to incapacitate. So the developer's note is that the Wizard legendary items pack a variety of manipulation magic to slow and control your enemy's position and movement. Manipulator's Mask also contains a new keyword, which is incapacitate. It represents effects that cause enemies to be rooted in place and unable to perform actions. So basically putting more incapacitation into wizards, which I think will be good in the long run. Next up, we have Training Grounds. So this is a really nice feature. So there will be a training ground available in Westmarch, and it means you can test out your skills and essences to see what damage they're giving. So this will save a lot of time from going to open world, testing out skills, going back and going to essence transfer. This is just, going to make it a lot easier, and you can actually see the damage that each skill is going to give. We have the Season 17 Battle Pass as well, which is Ruptured Soul. So it will look something like this. So this is it on Crusader. I don't know what it's going to look like on Wizard, but I would just like a black cosmetic, please. That would be really nice, Blizzard, if you're watching this. I just want a nice black cosmetic. We also have this Walking Nightmare cosmetic, which will be available in the shop. Let me bring this up on my screen because it is available now. Let me show you what it looks like. So this is how it is looking on female Wizard. You can see it kind of just glows. It's quite cool, but you cannot remove the helm on it, which sucks. Let me show you what it looks like on male Wizard as well. I also really wish they would give us a pants cosmetic and not just have these dresses or long tunics for Wizard, but that's it. That is what it looks like. The artwork is always really cool for the cosmetics, so you can get a little sneak at what it will look like on other classes there as well. Next up, we have Conqueror limited time PvP event coming back. So I never took part in this event previously, but I did take part in Brawl most recently, which was fun. So this is an ancient fighting pit where the Fahiran aristocracy held brutal games, and it has been uncovered in Shassar. Fight tooth and nail during the newly updated Conqueror limited time PvP event to bring honour to your name and riches to your collection. So from August 23rd at 3 AM to September 6th at 3 AM, the players can enter Conqueror PvP match. So yeah, this is kind of, they do it like an even battleground again, so all characters will be set to level 60. Rank of legendary gear and set gear will be 1, and then the rank of all legendary gems on your character will be set to 10 as well. So it kind of gives everyone an equal opportunity there. So yeah, I don't really have much more to say about that. Obviously, you can try it out in game. We have a few returning events. So we have Hungering Moon, which is always nice. You get nice, easy rewards from that. It's mainly based around dungeons, so super easy event. We have Shady Stock coming back as well, so another event that kind of comes quite regularly. And lastly, we just have a few bug fixes. So I've been getting a lot of bugs and crashes on iPhone. I think a lot of people have been finding that on iPad as well, but hopefully that will be resolved with bug fixes. That is pretty much it. Obviously, there is more detail on the website, so check that out. And thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day.